And we are live on the United Public Radio Network, UPRN 107.7 FM New Orleans and 105.3 FM on the Gulf Coast. How cool is that? And we are also being live streamed wherever podcasts live. So we're not hard to find, including my YouTube channel. So go there and subscribe. To all those above me that watch over me, to all of you, my fave para peeps, fellow experiencers and brothers and sisters in Christ, welcome. This is Father Shawn's Paranormal Ministry. I'm your host, Father Shawn Whittington. I'm an ordained Catholic priest with the United States Old Catholic Church. I'm a fully professed brother and abbot for the Old Catholic Benedictines of Immaculate Mary. I am a co-founder of GhostBegone.biz, and yeah, I'm that guy on Eli Roth Presents a Legion of Exorcists. Streaming everywhere if you haven't caught it. If there's anything you want to know about my wife and our ministry work, go to our website, www.ghost-b-gone.biz. Everything's there. Buy a book if you go there to visit. Sign up for my online course, Introduction to Spiritual Warfare. It's all there, everything you want to know about my wife and I. If you notice the donate button, click on it and send my ministry in a small donation. I promise you it'll be appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. And trust me, we'll put it to good use. On that note, we have a great show today, but you all already know that. That's why you tuned in. And before we bring out my wonderful guest who's in the green room, I got to first bring out my awesome co-host. I've known her forever. I love her. I respect her. She's a lifelong paranormal experiencer herself. She's the owner of Stellium Books, my publisher. Please welcome to the show the one and only Annette Munich.
Hi, Father Shawn. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. And thank you for the lovely introduction. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. We're in bubbles today.
Yeah, we're bubble heads.
I tried to fix that. I can't fix it. I wanted to go into the typical squares, but we'll go with bubbles today and see how that works out. Well, listen, if there's anything you'd like to tell the masses before I bring out our special guest,
I don't think so. I don't think I have an announcement except we have a special show next week, but you can say that at the end.
Very, very cool. Well, on that note, then, without further ado, this is a little thing we do once a month, the last Friday of every month. I call it Happy Medium Monthly. And if you've ever wanted a free, live, on-air psychic reading, this is the show. But you've got to be watching us on one of the live stream locations and have access to the chat room. My guest will read your questions from the chat, and she'll give you your reading. And I'll ask her when we pull her on if she wants me to go over any rules or just see what happens. But she's coming to us live from Cape Cod. She is Cape Cod's only live on-air psychic radio personality. I've also known her forever. She's on my very short list of truly gifted psychic mediums that I know personally. She's got a lot of friends, family, followers, fans that she's just super cool. So without further ado, please give a big, warm Paranormal Ministry family welcome to the one and only Susan Ahearn.
Hi, Susan. Welcome back.
Hi, guys.
It's already the end of the month. I can't believe it.
It's crazy. It really is.
And you're in a bubble today.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a bubble.
She's very bubbly.
I'm ready.
So
I'm
weird.
ready. I'm ready. Yeah.
Because all of my options here on StreamYard for how to frame us, it doesn't even give me the bubble option. But I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just glad my internet is up because we had an outage here in the area, my area last night, TV and internet. So I was thinking I was going to have to send Annette a message just to go for it and wing it with just you today. But it came up, so I don't want to mess with it. We're here.
Oh, we could have had a girls' show, Annette.
Too fun.
You guys could have talked about me. I would have never known because I never go back and watch the archives. So that would have been your guys'
Now we know. Now we know.
Now everyone knows. Great.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Every once in
You
a
like
while,
Shawn. Please go
you
back.
know, I'll tell you why. I don't like watching myself. You
Oh,
know,
all right.
it's just I just one of those things. I think
Mhm.
I
You
got a
know,
face for radio, and I don't like my voice, and I don't like my face, and
I
I know
say
God
the
created it, but yeah, I just don't like watching myself.
I say the exact same thing about myself. And I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound.
Mhm.
And Susan doesn't know how I got into radio, so I'll tell her so she can laugh. Because I had a friend that was doing a show, and she had a couple of people on with her, and then she wanted me to come on and do a little segment every week, 10 minutes. So I was doing that, and then she got into an argument with the station owner, and he fired everybody but me.
Wow.
And
Yeah, that sounds like radio.
I was just kind of like, I
Um,
don't know.
right?
I
Can we
never
keep
set out
one
to be on
person?
the
Wow. Look at that's amazing. That's
right.
scary as heck.
It kind of was, yeah.
Yeah, that's scarier than ghosts or haunted dolls.
Haunted dolls.
Mhm. But I gotta say, remember last time on the show, you had a thunderstorm
Yeah.
rumbling behind you? I have one right now.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that crazy? So,
Yeah.
Shawn, it's your turn next month, okay? Conjure up a thunderstorm. Do your best.
We could use it here because we just it's just bad drought. We're like in the middle of one of the worst droughts for years and years and years now.
Right?
So it's just brutal. But do you want me to go over any rules with any about today, or do you want to just see what happens?
Yeah, just wing it. I mean, well, if it's something I can't do at the moment, then we just say I can't do it.
All right. Well, once again, guys, this show, every time we do this show, if I don't get a lot of people asking you questions in the chat, I always get a bunch of people reach out to me afterwards saying, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't ask my question. I wanted to so bad. When is she coming back? Um, so don't do that to yourself and then beat yourself up all month long. Susan's harmless. She's not going to hurt you. Um, just ask your question, whatever it is. And if type it in the chat room. Make sure you put your first name and type your question out. If Susan doesn't catch it, Annette will catch it, and Susan will read it and give you your reading. No conjuring of spirits. That takes a lot of different type of energy and a lot longer to do. But ask questions like, love, money, employment, travel, health, things of that nature. So I see a very old friend that I have to say hi to. I can't remember the last time I saw her in here in my chat. Julie Belden Griffin, old friend of mine. Hi, been such a long time, Julie. We should catch up sometime. But I'm glad to see her here. Um, so there you go, guys. Anybody have a question for Susan? Go for it. Anything you two want to, any para chat you guys want to have while we're waiting for questions? Um,
Yeah,
Talk.
there's been
You
a
guys
lot,
can.
lot of
Yeah,
stuff,
I
lot of
Yeah,
know.
there's
stuff
stuff
lately.
going on.
Mm.
We got first of all, I want to say, how bad I feel about Ozzy and how that was such a shock. And I was so glad that he got to do that last concert in his hometown with his original band
Right.
members. And that was just kind of the perfect way to go out on a high note, I think. But there is kind of a funny little story. I can't say it's 100% true, but the story that I saw was about a haunted doll in Las Vegas. I believe it's at Zach's Museum. And I'm not going to say the name of the doll, but it's a very cursed doll. And if you look at his face, it's a little boy doll.
Oh,
It's supposed to be really bad luck. And
if
so
you look at him, if you're like,
just looking at him,
oh, just looking at him.
yeah. You want me to say his name?
No, no, I'm just like, how do you if you look at him?
Right.
How are you not supposed to look at him?
Right.
I'd be so I wouldn't be able to. That's an ADD thing. That's like a setup, an ADD setup. Don't look at it. I'd be
Oh,
like,
right.
what? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
right,
I'd
right,
have
right.
to. I would have to.
Exactly right.
Mhm.
So his son, Jack, he was doing a show with Ozzy and Sharon showing paranormal clips.
Mhm.
And they were saying that they were skeptical and say if they believed that it was real or not. That was the premise of the show. So he had the one about this doll, um, the bad luck doll, and Ozzy scoffed about it. Well, they showed the picture of the doll to Ozzy, and then as a joke, his son bought, they believe it or not, sell these little plush dolls that you can buy as a souvenir
Mhm.
from, I think, Zach Bagan's place, but I could be wrong. But I think that's where it used to be. So he bought one for Ozzy, and Ozzy put it on the floor and kicked it and put it in the microwave. And then he took a bad fall, and
Oh.
then he had to have
Mm.
surgery, and then he got diagnosed with Parkinson's. So, um, kind of saying that he thought that the doll might have done it to him, but I thought that was kind of a creepy yet interesting story.
Right.
And
And we'll never
So
know,
we
you
right?
do have
will,
two questions popped in for you.
Okay.
I got one from my vlog, Sunny11. I'm assuming Sunny's name, and then we have one right after that from Michelle. So did you want to go ahead and read that, Susan, or do you want me to read it for you?
I can't see it. I
It
usually can
says,
see it, but I
wait,
can't.
no, I'll put it up. I can,
Oh,
if I put on the screen, you can see it, right?
I
we
don't know.
should,
That's what I
yeah.
Well,
usually
our
do. But,
screen is different today. Oh, there it is. Okay.
oh,
That's
This
a
is from
different
this
one.
is
Heidi.
from Heidi. We like Heidi.
Hi,
Heidi's,
Heidi. Thank
Heidi's
you.
so nice.
Well, I'll
We'll
just
do
go ahead and
this.
tell you what
She
it is.
does
It
have
says,
lovely energy. I was just like, oh, what
that
are you
we have
saying?
one before Michelle's. I'm just gonna read you
All right,
Sunny's.
you do.
It says my vlog, Sunny11. What's my employment future look like and doing what?
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, all right. So we're gonna look at what's going on. So I got the Fool card was the first card out, and the Fool card is somebody that's just kind of in transition that doesn't really know what's going on. So my question would be, what do you want to do? And right now we're in this huge shift, this huge change. The new moon is coming. So I mean, it's about figuring that out. And you should be on your way to figuring it out. If you haven't figured it out and you haven't narrowed down what you don't want, then you gotta hustle, because I don't want you to miss this opportunity for greatness. Like, I want you to get what you want and not just settle. And I think that you've been settling. And so I can't tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because that would be what I want you to do, not what you want to do. And the whole lesson your guides are saying is that you have to make choices, and some hard choices. And now they're like, now. So um I feel like there's been some distraction, things in the way, putting other people ahead of yourself, and they're saying no more of that. It's time to um, take the hair out of your eyes and move forward and stop fooling around and be serious about what it is you really want, because you're going to get what you don't want if you don't decide. We're getting close. So, yeah, get a good friend to sit down if you really are struggling. Then make a list of the things that bring you joy, and then make a list of how much money I need, like, and then make a list of where the places I want to live, and then narrow it down to there, so that you can kind of be in the place that makes you thrive, and doing the job that makes you thrive, and being around the people that make you thrive. So, um, yeah, your guides are kind of spanking you on this one. Sorry about that. Um, but it's you need to hear it, and then you need to giddy up, because once you decide, it just is going to blossom. It's going to bloom. It's going to be beautiful. But you have to figure this out. All right.
Good advice. Good advice.
And then we have a question from Michelle saying, "Any love on the way for me, please, guys."
All right. Ah, you've been stuck in the cave, Michelle. Sorry to say. Um, good, good, good. But there's a
No,
yep, yes, ooh, right there. Yes, you've got the yes card. You've got the go ahead. You get the green light. The light's at the end of the tunnel, so I feel like you've been stuck there for a while, but you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're able to get up. Half of it was you, being in your own way, coming up with reasons, and being busy, and all this other stuff that you needed it was just time. It was a timing thing. So yes, something is coming. Oh, I love it. And a relationship coming together, a union, a loves, it's things that you love. Other just not just in relationship form, but in creating this world, which I feel like you've been doing. And there's been like these high and lows, but now I feel like it's just going to be starting to settle for you, and it's going to start flowing together, not in the direction you thought. So there's it's like the river took a turn, right? So not in the way you thought. There's a little switch up, but don't worry about it. Just keep walking. Everything is meant to be, right? Everything happens for a reason. So just keep on keeping on.
I have a my old friend that I haven't seen in forever. There she is. She's got a question for you.
I think she wants to put long here. My last long term relationship recently ended, not by her choice. She's having a very difficult time letting go. So as I've seen this soul,
Well, she also just recently relocated from here. She used to live here in Vegas to East Texas, and she knows that's where she's supposed to be, but she's unsure of her path, and
Hmm.
she's waiting for spirit to show her. So, path and relationship
Yep.
issues with my friend Julie.
All right. I feel like it's exactly where you need to be. This is exactly what is happening. There's no question about it. It's um, very crisp. They're just showing me, like everything happens for a reason, and let go of whatever's happened in the past. Like we can't change it, so don't think about it. Thinking about it doesn't change it, right? Like thinking about it it only keeps you in the past. And they're like, no, you've got so much going on that they want you to move forward. They want you to be excited about what's coming up for you. And I'm excited too. All right, beautiful cards. So this is the peace card. The peace card is very spiritual. So start talking to your guides, start talking to those around you that you've got spirit around you. So start utilizing that. I think you do lightly, and I want to see you do it stronger. Like really embrace that. Those are the people. This is the energy that you need to be talking to and being with every single day. Like if you're not talking to your guides every day, and then my question would be why? Why not? Right? There's so much peace coming to you. This move was very good for you. And it's kind of empty at the moment because I feel like you haven't had a chance yet to fill it up with you. So that's the next thing. What do you want to do? What makes you happy? Where do you want to go? Like what are the fun things that you could be doing on the side to get you to be near people, because that's you're going to be getting information from new people, and I don't know what that means. So maybe spirit will be giving you messages through people. So yeah, I'm happy for you. Just baby steps. You can't fill this house, you can't fill the church full of people or anything. It has to they slowly trickle in. And so I see that for you. It's going to be a slower process than you want it to be kind of instant. And it's not going to be instant. It's just going to be a, I'm really excited. And you're going to have to spend some time with you and feeling full with you first, filling that void with you and the things you like to do. Um, it's what's going to happen. It's what's needed. Whether it happens or not is up to you, but it's definitely what's needed. So,
Heidi has a two-part question for you.
okay.
She says that she says I don't really have a question, but may I get a card on any guidance message from my highest good? Um, and she also wants to know the name of those cards. She loves your cards.
Oh, these cards. These are Psy cards, PSY cards, Psy cards. I'm pulling another card from another deck. They said pull her from your Angels of Atlantis cards. So that's these ones. After a while, you collect quite a few of them. And sorry about that. Thank you guys for being patient. All right. Raziel, intuition. This is the intuition card. Using your intuition, play with that. Your guides, your angels, they want to play with you. And so play with that. Have fun. You'll listen to music and there'll be a message for you. And because it just resonates for you, or you'll be driving and then you'll see a sign and then that's, just play with it. They're going to be giving you messages. So it'll be fun. And just this card is so beautiful. This intuition card. So, okay.
Do you I know that when people come and see you, maybe I don't know. I've never seen you do this live with a guest, a client there in person with you across the table.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do that, and it's not online like this, I see many psychic mediums hand the deck they're going to use to the client, and the client shuffles it first real quick before they hand it back to you. Do you do that? And if not, why? And if you do that, what does it um, make much of a difference? Because you're giving great readings now, and you don't have the people right there in front of you physically.
Right. That's a great question. So this set I've had since I was 19. So I've had this set a long time. It's like 45 years old, that set. So I don't like anybody touching that anymore. Sometimes I'll have them shuffle this because I have them pull one card. It's a great deck. The person who created it, he's amazing as well. He gives great readings. Um, Energy goes, energy flows. We are in the frame of mind that we have to be in each other's presence, and then we realized COVID's gift to us was to break down that wall, that we don't need to be in each other's presence to still feel energy. And so no one needs to touch anything. Even when you're doing Reiki, no one needs to. You could send it energy or anything else like that. You can send it. So, yeah.
I'm going to give a message to Julie real quick. Julie, since you and I last saw each other and talked, I've probably had a couple of different phones totally die on me. I'm not 100% sure I still have your number. Tell you what, you now are Facebook friends with the profile that I share with my wife Sharon, but you can also reach me direct at my other profile, Lawrence LAWRENCE Morace MORACE Lawrence Morace. That's my stage name, but I have a Facebook profile for that, and you can send me a friend request. I'll accept it, and then we can start communicating. I'd love to start talking to you again too. It's been a long time. I wasn't sure what happened to you, um, but I'm happy that you're happy, and I'd love to catch up sometime for sure.
You know what I love? Mercury in retrograde brings people from your past into your future. Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Yeah, it's bringing back, it's looking back at, looking, retrieving information, or kind of a checkup to see how am I doing? How, am I still falling into the same pit holes, or, have I learned from that? How am I, what's happening? And so it gives us that moment to kind of sit in old energy and then go, yeah, I kind of outgrew that. I kind of like that. That's nice. So it's not always horrible or a lack of connection or communication. So,
A lot of times with Mercury retrograde, they talk about things breaking, malfunctioning, and things like that, needing repair, electronical things going on their fritz.
yep.
That's another part of it, right?
Yep. It is. It really is.
I,
Knock
I
on
did.
wood.
I wanted to tell you real quick that Sharon, well, one, she's disappointing. She keeps trying that last Friday of the month when you're going to be here to get off early and get here, and she's never able to because she practically lives at her job. But she was wanting me to say hi, and she also was so touched that you picked up on her cat that visited
Oh,
here last month because
yeah.
I never talk about Snowflake, and her ashes are like I could reach over and touch them here in
That
the
is so
office.
funny.
So
Yes,
she
it's
was very touched about
Snowflake was
that.
up high, reaching down, and I don't know what that was like. And I said, okay. What did we figure out if it was a boy or a girl? Did you get in
Um,
trouble for that?
I never, you know what? I probably did get in trouble for it. I forget, but
It was last
I
month.
did. I do know. I mean, we've taken her
Yeah.
when she was living. I was most of my adult life as a veterinary technician, and Sharon
Mhm.
has worked the last 20 plus years at the same animal hospital she's at now as the office manager. So all our animals we took them all to this animal hospital. Um, so Snowflake had been in there. I know the records show what sex she was. I just can't, off the top of my head, think. I'm pretty sure she was a female, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
It's okay. Yeah, and Heidi, that's a great point that it is a good time to go in and heal from within, kind of look and sit with that and grow. And yeah, technical difficulties. It's why we're all in a bubble today because Mercury in retrograde.
Yeah, just the craziness. It's just,
Eh,
yeah. I like the bubbles though.
I kind of like the
It's
bubbles.
different. I'll figure out what happened afterwards, but I'm just glad I'm here because, like I said, we had an
Right.
outage, both TV and internet, early
Hmm.
this morning. I thought it was going to be just you two today entertaining. And it probably would have been a better show anyway.
Yeah. Well, let me pull a card for that. Because
um,
we got skill in that. We got skill. Woo! We could have done it.
yep, I know you guys could have. You know what? She's gonna get mad at me. I'm gonna put Annette's feet to the fire here.
Oh, good. All right. Whew.
I know she wants a reading from you, Beth. She's so scared. I thought by now she would know that you're
Okay,
not
all
going.
right, right,
I
right.
don't think
Yeah.
you would tell her anything bad. If you had
So
something bad to tell her, you probably wouldn't say anything. But I know she's dying to ask you a question.
I wasn't. Here's the thing. We went through a lot in our family in the last 2 years with really kind of severe health problems. And I'm just afraid to see a bad health problem coming up. I feel like I mean, you never know when something else will happen. But my son in law, he's cancer free now after uh, two surgeries and treatments. And my daughter had two heart procedures. Um, so that's what held me back, is that I would have asked for something general, but if you would have seen and said something, be careful of health problems. I don't know if I could have. Like I'm just getting on the other end of this. Her second heart procedure was just at the end of May. It's very recent.
Hmm.
So that I figured for myself, if you're not ready to hear any answer, don't ask the question.
I like that. Your guide has a wonderful message for you. I
Right.
I looked first, so um, so you get to decide, do you want to hear it or not? And I like
Okay.
this because this brings up a really good topic, Sean, about psychics that kind of intrude on your space. And I don't like that. I've had it happen to me, and psychics will just walk up to you and say, "Oh, blah blah blah, I see people around you," or this one lady said, "You're not schizophrenic," and I'm like, "Oh, that's good to hear." like, who wants to, why are you saying this to me? And I don't even know who you are. Like, I don't like intrusive psychic readings unless you know that it's coming and that's like you're at a something and you know that that's it. And you may be picked out. But I don't like that. It's just not, it's not, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I just, I like to think that I just things just, whatever comes my way, it just kind of bounces off of me.
You're
I
so
take the
good.
good with the bad, and I just put my faith where it needs to be to get over what I got to get over and get through what I
Right.
got to get through and deal with what I got to deal with. But I like to hear, I like to hear good news too, and
Mhm.
or advice. I'm big on taking advice if I know it's coming from, um, of divine force.
Mhm.
That's big for me. I need that type of guidance.
Yeah.
I would take a general reading, but if you see something scary about health, just
No.
because I worry about my kids and everything.
Right. Well, that's a mother's love. Mothers always worry. So, Archangel Zapkael, and it's gratitude. Boop. Always gratitude. And there's this cornucopia of beautiful things coming your way, right? And you were so worried.
I list,
Grief, the
I list,
healing, huge healing. And
I list 5 gratitudes every night.
see, yeah, they're with you. They're just letting you know that they got you. They're carrying you. They're with you. They have been the whole time. And there's just so much plenty here. But what I'll do is I will after the show I'll send you a little bit more information, but that's it. So we just sit with that. You don't need to know any more. Just sit with that gratitude, feel it, fill your heart, feel that gratitude because it's there, and I know that you're so grateful for every moment and all that
Very,
you've been through, and you
very.
still have this full heart. You're still able to just kind of continue on and and be here for everyone on the show. So we thank you. We're grateful for you.
Oh, thank you. And every day, to be on the other side of all these medical treatments
Mhm.
in the family is a day of pure joy. To
Right,
not have
exactly.
that coming up, hanging over your head, more
The
tests,
unknown.
more
Right,
procedures, right? To
correct.
be, all the way through everything and for them to be feeling good.
Yep.
Um, that's the most important thing. If you've gone through 2 years of extensive medical, that is pure joy.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's behind you. It's behind you. I mean, granted, it's not gonna be nothing is ever gonna ever happen ever again. That's not realistic.
Right, 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 right.
But it's the worst of the worst is over. And really see that. Be in that beautiful healing green. But I will send that to you so you can look at it
And
yourself and kind
and
of,
that's an angel name on that card.
yep, Zad Kayal.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And yes, Julie, my email is the same. Shawn SHAWN LVNV at hotmail.com if you want to send me a message.
I missed what
Um,
Heidi said. I didn't get to see that. Sorry, Heidi.
Oh, she was talking about gratitude,
Mm-hmm. It's a game
and
changer.
gratitude is a game changer, and that's like um the highest form of
Yeah.
us energetically, which some people would say love. But the sad thing about love is some people really don't know what love feels like.
Mm-mm. Right.
They
Correct.
haven't experienced it correctly in their life. But gratitude, everyone knows what that feels like.
Hmm. I hope.
I
Right.
hope. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think that God gives us more of what we're grateful for. I really do.
it's a long prayer. Many exorcists say it every day. I do, but it
Mhm.
also is just a good if you like praying. It's a good prayer. It's called the Litany of Humility,
Mm,
and that has a lot to do with uh,
I like that.
being
I'm gonna write
humble
that
and
down. Yep.
gratitude. It's a long prayer, so but it's well worth the pray. It's a beautiful
Hmm.
prayer.
That is good. I am seeing a lot of um, minor demonic possession, or we should say entity possession. It's 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 just messing with my paperwork. Huh. Interesting. Um, yeah, I just feel like there is a rise in the feeding of the negative. There's that feeding. And um, and really that's, if we stop feeding it, it goes away. Oh my God. They're messing with my papers. Stop it right now.
Are you in your office or home?
I am. I'm in my office.
And you've got ghosts there, so
I do. They're like poop, poop. I
Well,
get
I
little
think
sticky notes, and each sticky note is going flying so that I remember what I want to talk about, which
I
we never
think
get to, which is funny. Sorry, Annette. Go ahead.
the darkness is so widespread now, and people are feeding into it, even that they don't mean to. And then I
Mm.
think that in our media and everything, they just want to keep everybody afraid and hysterical and panicking. And we're just living too much on screens, and
Mhm.
we're very caught up in it.
Yep.
Um,
Oh,
just a
interesting.
lot of chaos.
Yeah, right. I agree. And that in itself is that fear frenzy feeds things.
Right,
And it's not necessary. Totally not necessary.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, Heidi. Um, interesting. So at the Cafe Venice in Norwood, there's been shenanigans kicked up there. I talked to the owner yesterday, and something had scratched one of the workers in the kitchen, a very sweet woman that works in the kitchen.
Oh,
So they go for the innocent ones, the sweet kind ones, and it scratched her enough that it drew a little bit of blood.
wow.
wow.
That's not that's not what we've seen there. We've seen some stuff, but not like that's aggressive. And so she was a little concerned. She said, "What do I need to do?" And I said, just like you'd yell at the kids or anyone else, I said, "Put your foot down, draw a boundary, and say enough." You know,
Are
I
you
I
sure
I
it's
used. Oh, go ahead.
not something new that entered into the location?
No, it is not something new, only because the situation, they may be selling it. So I think the energy was not liking the fact that there
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
changing of hands. So there's a lot of shifting in the energy, and um, it's afraid. It felt like it was just kind of acting out. And so I said, okay, so like a 5-year-old, it's trying to get your attention. It's escalating because you're not listening to it. So sit down and take the time to go, okay, what is it that you want? And stop touching people. Be really clear about what is, because they listen to her. They listen to the owner. And I said, I gave her some tips, and I said, and then let me know how that goes. So
And it's very common to have the cases where the ghosts want the people to get out and move out. But occasionally there are cases where they don't like it if they think you're going, if they think you're moving,
mhm.
selling. Of course, remodeling. A lot of times don't like remodeling, but
Yep.
they can get upset if you're leaving too.
Yeah. There's that panic. I think this guy is panicking. And so um yeah, what do you do? Yeah, and that was one of the things was, don't be afraid of it. Don't let the kitchen staff be afraid of it. She said, "What do I
Mm,
tell them?" Well, they've already drawn blood, so I think you kinda have to be honest,
right.
and just say, "Hey, if the spoons were rattling one day and the pots and pans were moving," I mean, you have to tell them something. You have to be honest with them and just say, "There's a something here. It's just trying to get your attention. Treat it like a child and say, I have to put food out. Enough is enough." So,
Funny you bring up spoons. It reminds me of I'll have to check with I have two older sisters. My oldest sister, I'll have to check with her on what happened. with that. But she recently moved out here to Vegas. But for many, many, many years, she lived, taught school, and raised a family in Colorado.
Hmm.
Well, she went through this phase where all of a sudden she didn't notice it at first, but then when she finally did notice it, she was like, I could have swore I had 20 spoons in this drawer. Now there's only five.
Oh
Then she
wow.
started making a mental note to watch it. She noticed her spoons were disappearing. She was asking the kids, "Are you
Wow.
throwing the spoons away? Or are you leaving them around the house? What's going on here?"
Mhm.
Nobody, would fess up to it. Like, no, we're not doing anything. Then she started noticing when she would take the dogs out for a walk, she'd find these spoons out on the roadside, and they would like be bent or
Wow.
twisted or whatever. I'm gonna have to ask her what that was all about and if she ever found any closure to that story. But
Right.
that's odd.
That is odd. I'd be mad. Like,
Yeah,
I love my spoon. I collect
yeah.
antique spoons, like just one, and then, like, and so they have each one is different. Um, I would be so mad if they were messing with my spoons.
My
All
kids
right.
messed with me on a practical joke, and they were bringing home a couple of forks every day from the cafeteria and throwing them in the sink. And then after about a week, I'm like, I don't have this many forks. Where are all these forks coming from? I can't even fit them in the drawer anymore, And they would just laugh, but they were bringing them home just to be funny. But I don't
Right.
think I would like that spoon thing at all.
Yeah. No. Right.
So
My
yes,
Um.
are
boss,
you asking if you can use cards to interpret dreams?
Yeah, I think you could. I would just ask your guides. I would just forget bypass the cards and make um, a, a question to your guides, like, help me figure out what this means. Or, I mean, if you have a question, throw it out there and we'll see if we can decode it.
How do you get people started asking questions of their guides? And how do you know that your guide is someone that is good and trustworthy?
Oh, I like that. Very good question. Um, so I would say go into a state of meditation or a quiet state, and you can ask. I am here, visualize, do your meditation. You do you in your meditation, however that is. Go to the beach, you can kind of like walk out into a field, or whatever you do to kind of like get yourself into a place and ask that your guide be present. Now, you could just sit in darkness. Sorry about that. Sit in darkness and ask your guide to come forward. It's much like having, connecting with ETs. You ask an ET to come forward and they do, and you may be scared. You're going to ask your guide to come forward. People get scared. I don't know what that is, or I don't trust that what I just saw was real. So you have to be ready, because what you ask for will happen. But if you don't ask for it, it's not going to happen. So tonight, just go to sleep, and before you go to bed, just ask, for your guide to come forward, and to come forward with a helpful message, or a gift, a sign, a symbol. Um, it's like making a friend. What do you do? The first thing is you get to know each other, and so start there, because this is your best friend. It's a connection of yourself, your own I am. It's this whole bundle of what makes us us, and no one's utilizing. We're not. I shouldn't say no one. Most people are not utilizing it, and we need to be, because when 2026 hits and we fall into 2027, we're going to be seeing and feeling a whole different world for us on this planet. And you're going to need to know who your guides are. You really are. Take a class. If you don't trust yourself, take a class, see how that feels for you. It's going to be a warm hug. It's going to feel like a comforting um, moment with a best friend. That's what it should feel like. If it doesn't feel that way, then ask why it doesn't feel that way. Don't get afraid. Just go, well, why am I not feeling the warm and fuzzy? Okay, well, there's something more to it. There's other pieces, and that's where seeing a good um, spiritual therapist really helps you walk through all of that. Someone that's going to be able to guide you through that. So look for those that in your area and really get out there and start learning. Ask questions. Be curious. It
I
was a
I
tend
really
will,
to trust the idea of ancestors or angels.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I tend to more trust the idea of ancestors or angels.
Yep. Yeah, right. And so work with what works good for you.
Because if
Um,
we start going spirit guides show up and then it's alien, that would not be good.
but what if your spirit guide is an alien?
That's
What
the
if that's the
question.
best, highest information too? Like you're getting real high, powerful information.
Well,
And then there's now we're stepping out of the box. We're gonna go really crazy in the box here.
right.
Um, what if all along angels and our spirit guides were really extraterrestrial beings? And there goes
Yeah.
my and just at that time my sticky notes went flying, two of them. So maybe we're onto something, maybe we're not.
Well, I feel like, and from some of the stuff I've read lately, we're getting on the verge of some kind of disclosure, which I think is eye rolling anyway, because if you don't believe in it by now,
Right.
if we were waiting for the government to
Do
legit,
anything, right?
right? It's only been, going all the way back to um, what's the one that they said was a weather balloon?
Oh
Back
yeah, the
to the
one out
50s.
west, and then it
Right,
came
right,
through.
right.
Yeah, yeah. But they let
So,
it fly the whole way across the United States.
and now we just have, so much video evidence, so many people,
Right.
and they still, like, I'm just saying, if you're waiting for the government to say this is real,
I would not wait for that. I would go once again, find a source, a group, a network that you are comfortable with. Listen to more radio that has this talk that you feel comfortable with. Well, I trust Shawn, so I'm going to listen to what he has to say and listen to his guests. Do that if that makes you comfortable, and then you'll be curious to make another step out. You know, I saw two UAP last night,
yeah.
just sitting there at like 10 o'clock, between 10 and 10:30. Every night I go out and I just sit there because it just makes me feel so small in this big, beautiful sky, and the stars are so amazing that it makes everything just seem so little. Like what's the big deal, Susan? Like let it go. And I just feel so much more at peace when I'm out there. And yeah, and right by. And
there's
I
an old saying that a lot of ufologists will tell you. Um, if you see a UFO, you've been on one.
oh yeah.
Aren't you near the Bridgeport Triangle?
Oh, yeah. So it's the Bridgewater
Bridgewater, sorry.
Triangle, sort of like it's over the bridge. I'm closer to the Miles Standish State Forest, and that's like, oops, sorry, that's right in Plymouth. So that's where I'm closer to that. And that was pretty cool because they just had just last week I don't know if they saw it last week, but they were just finally talking about that they had seen a large bipedal primate with dark fur. They have a picture of it. And then there's the naysayers that are like, nah, that's not anything. That was a bear. We have a lot of bear. We don't have a lot of bear. There is no bears. Compared to everywhere else in the world, we have no bears. We have no bears.
I'll
We have
tell you what I
one.
found interesting about that, and I read
Hmm.
that article you sent me.
Oh, good. Did you?
Um, you know the jogger and the hiker are both very credible witnesses,
Mm-hmm.
and okay, fine, it could have been a bear on its hind legs, and they look very people-like,
Mm-hmm.
but even a large black bear on its hind legs isn't 8 to 10 feet tall, and they don't run like a man.
No,
And
they
both of
don't
these
know.
people clearly saw this thing running fast like a
Mhm.
person.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of campers too that saw this, and these are families, kids, mothers,
Yeah,
fathers.
they're not going camping
Um,
to find these aren't like adventurers that are looking for paranormal stuff.
well, they all reported also hearing, and this is a two-part thing I'm going to tell you real quick. They heard ungodly sounding howls one night in the distance from these campsites, and in the morning they found giant, like human footprints all over the mud around this campsite.
Mhm.
Um, I know if you've seen this film, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, it probably isn't hard to find. But I recently saw a film of a guy
Mhm.
claims to be a lifelong outdoorsman, hunter, experienced in that field. And he was taking his dogs. He had a pack of dogs, like big dogs, like a couple of Rottweilers, a couple of pit bulls, a couple of honey dogs, like 5 or 6 of them. And he was taking them out to this wooded area where he always takes them running. And when the film starts, he comments that I'm only running my film on my filming now on my phone because I'm hoping to either see what I just heard or hear it again and capture it. But
Yeah.
when they first pulled up, he's talking about how he's heard this noise that he's never heard before. And usually his dogs are all over the place, but they're staying close to him. And then all of a sudden you hear it again. And it sounds like it's probably 50 yards away coming from dense forest area, but it's just this like holler, like I'm here, don't come any closer, get the you know what out of here.
Mhm.
Um, it freaked the dogs out so bad that they all stopped dead in their tracks, looked
Mhm.
at each other, looked at the owner, and they all ran back to the truck.
Well,
Which
animal to animal, right? They know what that means. Yeah.
he's never
Mhm.
saw them behave that way before, so
Yeah.
they left. Um, but yeah, if I were you,
Mhm.
I would grab Daniel and
Yep.
Daniel's favorite camera and some camping gear, and the two of you should take a trip and spend a couple of nights out there somewhere in the Bridgewater Triangle and do a
Mhm.
little documentary. That
I
would
like
be
that idea.
that
Well,
would be
oh my gosh.
fabulous.
We're starting something new. We haven't even that movie isn't even cold in the grave yet, and we're already starting a new project. So, but this is a good idea. I did send it to him immediately. I'm like, Daniel, you gotta go. Because it's right in between where Daniel lives and where I live. So it's like we'll meet in the middle and go find Bigfoot. I would love that. I'm up for that.
Then you
Okay.
find a great big stick and you whack a tree 3 times and then you stop
Yeah.
and you see if you hear something. Do 3 whacks off in the distance.
Yeah. And bring some snacks. They like snacks, treats, or offerings. So bring some
Right,
snacks.
right,
I'm good with that. Always have snacks.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
But
thinking
oh,
that's
I
a good idea.
know. In your area there, that park that recently saw had sightings of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
All the park rangers usually they don't say nothing,
Right.
but they all even came out and said they posted warnings. If you come here hiking, it's at your own risk. Don't
Right.
wander off from your campsite at night, especially by yourself, and don't approach any large wild animals that you may see. I thought
Right.
it was interesting that they put a warning out. Usually they don't do that. So something's going
Yeah.
on.
Something is going on. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah. And it's right in between two ponds. And then there's lots of little kettle ponds in between. So there's plenty of food in there. There's plenty. It's thick. So there's a lot of like pucker brush. So it's plenty of place for them to hide and to go
I
and to
heard they like
keep 'em out.
blueberries.
And there's lots of blueberries. So they
And
kind of
any
hang out
kind
like,
of wild berries.
mhm,
Somebody get her fixed up. Actually, Father Shawn, he's an amateur squatcher in his own little way, but you have to coax it out of him. But yeah, yep,
yep. There's something down in Kentucky. They're doing you can compete for the Sasquatch call. It's a Sasquatch something. I posted it on my
It's
on my
yeah.
Facebook.
I should have pulled that up and had that ready. It's
That
a
was fun. I'm
a,
like,
a
oh, who wants to
folklore
come with me?
festival and a
That's
gathering,
it.
another witchy festival together
Yeah.
in Kentucky up in the mountains somewhere, and they're going to have
Peanut
Sasquatch
butter.
hollering contest. That you would so win that.
I would love that. I would just be, those are my people.
Uh, well, listen, I'm going to have to kick you out of here, so I have
Oh,
time to also
thank
say
you, Hype.
goodbye to Annette and goodbye to all the people that were nice enough to tune in. You
Right.
rocked it again. Did you have fun when you come back next month?
Do you know next month is going to be Labor Day weekend? The start of it, Friday.
Wow,
Starts
really?
That's right.
Labor Day. The
Wow,
summer is over. But yeah,
crazy.
so I'll be
You
back.
think you oh you'll be back. You're not going away
Oh,
that weekend? Okay.
oh, you kidding me? I don't go anywhere on Labor Day weekend on Cape Cod.
So
Nope.
that'll be Friday, August 29th. You will be back for another episode of Happy Media Monthly.
Yeah.
I'll
All
see
right.
you
Love you
then.
guys. Thank you.
I love you too.
Thank
We'll
you
talk
so
to you
much.
soon.
It was great. Thank you. Thanks very
Thanks.
much.
Susan Ahearn, the Happy Medium, live from Cape Cod. All right, Annette, you and I will be
Oh,
here.
I have a terrible joke for you. I've got something awful for you. So all the awful jokes that I had to try and guess. Remember? Remember when we did awful jokes?
You want to say that to me now, real quick, or do you want to send it to me?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you call a moose with no name? Now you're on the hot seat.
I don't have a clue.
Anonymous.
That is a very good one. What do you call a moose without a name? Anonymous. That is really, really
Anonymous.
good.
That's
Well,
me.
you and I will be here next Friday, August 1st, or August 1st for First Fridays with Father Shawn and Annette. And it is our 1 year anniversary being on this network. So that's
Yay.
going to be very, very cool. And I understand, I'm not going to throw out any names. We have a surprise guest that's going to appear that day
Pop
too.
and
So
guest. That'll
that'll
be
be a great
awesome.
show. All right, Annette, I love you. Have a great, wonderful remainder to your Friday and a wonderful weekend. And I will see you next Friday, August 1st for
I
First
will see
Fridays
you
with
guys
Annette and
next
Father John.
Friday. Thank you, Father Sean. Thank you, Susan. Thanks for all of our listeners. Really appreciate you. Have a great night and a great weekend.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Annette Munich, owner of Stellium Books. All right, guys, what do I want to say to each and every one of you? Well, I want to thank UPRN for carrying my show, Michelle DeRoche and Joe Montaldo for making that happen. And I do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in because without you guys, I don't have a show. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you. Do you got God? Well, if you want to join a church that accepts everybody, and I mean that everybody, take a look at the United States Old Catholic Church. You might be pleasantly surprised. And if you have a good relationship with God, but even want a closer one, reach out to the abbot of the Old Catholic Benedictines of Immaculate Mary. That would be me. And we will talk about your calling and see if maybe the Benedictines are right for you. So, what else do I want to tell you guys? Remember, we may have done what the devil said we did, but we are not who the devil says we are. Stay tuned for Spirit Switchboard with Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. We're just getting started on a High Strangeness Friday here on UPRN. So, on that note, good night, Danny. Good night, Harold. Rest in peace. Good night, Jack. Good night, Dog. Good night, Ernie. Good night, Bill. Good night, Dan. I love you all. God bless you all in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Peace.